Hi guys, how you doing? My name's Ed. I'm a freshman here at UWS, and I just want to talk to you about my story, about how my walk with the Lord. Um, so I won't. So it all be started. I grew up in the church. My dad's a pastor, so I was already familiar with the church background. I gave my heart to Jesus when I was 6 years old. Remember, there was a group called the Wright Brothers. Um, they were drama skit Christian um, organization, and they had a salvation message at the end. So uh, they asked if anyone wanted to come up, and so a lot of people did, and I chose to go up. And I just remember that was the first time I said yes to Jesus. And so even though I'd said yes, it wasn't really a establishment of a relationship per se, because that's what the gospel is Jesus wants relationship. And so, granted, I was 6 years old, so there's there's a little bit. So you can have that in there. But anyway, so didn't didn't really start. I didn't really pursue him throughout my age group. I had sang on the church uh, worship band, or not worship band, worship team. Or say I sang, but it wasn't really an establishment. Like, didn't really know him intimately. And so up to my it wasn't until my eighth summer going into my freshman year of high school that I really the youth in our area, we put on a conference called Set Apart. And it wasn't until that night I just remember that was where, like, this is where I stand, this is where who I pursue. And so high school, I remember it was in high school, that's where I started really being dedicated to the faith. So I remember praying, and we had devotionals. My dad, we would always pray before we went to school. We'd always read, he'd always read a story, and then we would pray. And I remember always asking God, I just asked for opportunities to pray for people. Because that's what was my heart. I wanted to pray for people, I wanted to bless people. And so, it was amazing. Over the 4 years, there's so many opportunities that it was awesome. Like, got to pray for people. It was awesome. And all those things are great. Like, and I realizing, looking back, I was I was getting caught up in, like, perfectionism, like how, like, so if I prayed for people, good, I'm on God's A list. But when I'd miss an opportunity to pray for someone, I'd feel bad, I'd condemn myself, perfectionism, and it's not that's not God's heart. Well, it was almost like an idol sense, something like that. So I graduated high school. It was a great year, great years. And then I didn't come to college right away. I actually went down to a mission space called IHOP, which is short for International House of Prayer. And what I did is I did an internship down there. And it was 18 to 25-year-olds pursuing Jesus and, like, having Bible classes. And essentially, mostly they have a prayer room that's gone 24/7. So spending time in there. And that whole season has been such a blessing looking back, because God did so much in my heart that season. It wasn't IHOP that changed me, it was Jesus that changed me through that season. My paradigm of God began to shift, because I had viewed him, like, as a taskmaster, like I said before, like perfectionism, like, he's out. I need to be perfect. For pastors' kids, it's almost we almost purposely do it to ourselves. Not like it's kind of accidental, more like that. But anyways, so my paradigm began to shift where, like, getting away from, like, being this taskmaster God. Like, it's like I'm realizing that there's nothing I can do to make him love me more or less. There's nothing, absolutely nothing, because he's after my heart. That's what he's really after. And just the things we do for him should cause us to love him more, because he already loves us more than we could ever fathom. So just that whole season, my paradigm or my way of thinking shifted, because he is realizing he is a father who loves his children, and realizing I am just as messed up as the person next to me. Even though I'm a pastor's kid, that doesn't mean I got it all together. Absolutely not. I am just, let me tell you something, I am messed up. And it's okay, because Jesus makes me whole. And so realizing all that he actually, he's amazing. I began to fall in love with him. Like an intimacy that had not been there before. Began to fall in love with him and wanting to get to know him more. And so after that, it was last December. So after that, I didn't really know where to go. I wasn't sure, because I know pastoring is on my heart to ultimately want to do, but I also know that running is something that I also love to do. So I was like, oh, I didn't hear an audible voice. I didn't feel like God said, go here or go there. I just really felt like in my heart that he was saying that, where do you want to go, Ed? Do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? It's like, and that really messed me up, because I want God to tell me, God, where am I going? Like, tell me where to go. It's like, I really felt like, he's in it. Because running is one of my passions, something I do to glorify him, and I feel like he's in it. So I decided to come to UW Superior to run. And I really believe he's in it. And so that's where I am today, and I love him, and he's amazing. And like I said before, I'm a pastor's kid, but that doesn't mean I got it all together. I still deserve to hang on that cross, but he took it for me. And so he's awesome. I love him. Thank you.